So Anthony Joshua blows out Kevin Johnson in 2 rounds. Now let's just get the obvious out of the way. Anyone who's followed Kevin Johnson's career will know that he is a guy who talks big before a fight and often gets in there and does absolutely nothing. He's notorious for that. But his gift of the gab is so strong that he actually convinces people that he has a chance or that he's actually going to do something. He did it before the Tyson Fury fight. He did it before the Derek Chisora fight, so on and so forth. But the guy always gets in the ring and does nothing. Now, for this fight, he looked in even worse condition when he actually got in the ring. People said he looked good at the weigh-in. I didn't think he looked that good. But when he got in the ring, he looked like an old man. It's just his movements and everything. He looked like a guy who just turned up for a payday. There was very little ambition in his body language. And he sat on the ropes with his chin in the air. He was trying to do his little shoulder roll thing, but it was way too slow. And Joshua was able to get to him, dropped him heavily in the first round, really hurt him badly. We've seen Johnson go down once in his career against Derek Chisora, but the way he was slumped in this fight by Joshua in the first round, wow, they could have stopped it there and then. Especially the knockdown of the, I think he down twice in the first round. I think he might have been down twice or once anyway, but the knockdown at the end of the first round, he was seriously messed up. They could have stopped it there and then. But the referee, Ian John Lewis, who's known for weird decisions, this is the guy who let Shannon Briggs get beat nearly to death by Vitaly Klitschko, and in other fights he stops them extremely early. But anyway, he let it continue. It went into the second round and Joshua teed off on him again in the second round and just took him out. You can't question Joshua in terms of what he did in the fight because he did everything perfectly. But in terms of Johnson, it was a very poor display. So it is what it is. We'll see who they match Joshua with in June or July when he's out again, and then in September. But you know me, I've been talking about Joshua since he was in the amateurs on my other channel when he was in the World Championships. I've been following his career for a long time. I think that he can beat a lot of the top guys in the UK heavyweight scene right now. I certainly think he can beat Chisora. I'd pick him to beat Fury right now. David Price, I'd probably pick him to beat Price, but Price does have that punch, but I'd still probably pick him to beat Price. Dillian Whyte, it's a tough fight, very interesting fight. I'd love to see it. You know, most people would probably make Joshua the favorite, and understandably so, but I think that could be one of his toughest fights right there. Dillian Whyte is no joker, I'm telling you. So, yeah, I think he's ready to step up in there with the best. We'll see what happens with Tyson Fury after the Klitschko fight, because I expect Tyson Fury to actually lose to Vladimir Klitschko. Let's see what Tyson Fury does after that. Maybe they can line him up with Joshua. And you've got David Price fighting Erkan Turpa for the vacant European heavyweight title soon. So we'll see what happens in that fight. And at the moment, it's looking as though the Dillian Whyte fight might be most likely for September for Joshua, given the fact that Fury and David Price are both tied up with, you know, fights of their own. It's looking like it's either going to be Dillian Whyte or maybe Derek Chisora. Derek Chisora, I think Joshua will just blow through him. They did used to spar back in the days when Joshua was a novice, but things have changed, and I think Joshua would blow through him right now. So it was an impressive performance. No one's ever done that to Kevin Johnson, but truth be told, that did look like the worst Kevin Johnson I've probably seen. To be honest with you, he didn't come with much ambition. He was more worried about joking around outside the ring and talking about bars and all that business, rather than actually getting in there and making a decent effort to fight. So it is what it is. Let me know what you felt about the performance. Do you think that actually Johnson was made to look that bad? Do you think I'm being a bit too harsh on Johnson, and it was actually the same Johnson that fought Fury and Klitschko? Or do you agree with me that this is actually a deteriorated Johnson from then? His record certainly supports the idea that he's deteriorated since then, because he's had several losses. So let me know how you feel anyway, and let me know who you think Joshua should fight next and then in September, and how you think he would do against the current crop of UK heavyweights. Drop your comments in the comment section below. It's your boy Hatman, I'm out.